ॐ श्रद्धयाग्नि समिद्धते श्रद्धया हुवते हविः श्रद्धां भगस्य मूर्धानि वचसा व्यतयामुषि. With faith we light the fire, and with faith we offer oblations to the fire. We sing the praise of faith, for we consider it to be the highest virtue. Revered Swami Prabhananda ji Maharaj, Swami Gautamananda ji, Swami Atmaramananda ji, Swami Kamalatmananda ji, Revered Swami Somananda ji, and Swami Mukshananda ji in the audience, and other Swamis and Brahmacharyas and Sannasinis and Brahmacharyas and dear devotees. I am very happy to be present in this very interesting occasion. This celebration is something different from the general celebrations we hold in different centers. Here we are celebrating the 100 years of this publishing house. Now, this publishing house is not only one of our publishing houses, but if you look at it from a wider perspective, you will find that it is unique. For till the other day, it published literature and monthly magazine in 3 languages. That itself is something unique. And the quality and quantity of production is also remarkable. So I say that it is really a very joyous occasion and a very special occasion, and I am happy to be present on this occasion. As Swami Atmaramananda hinted in a different context, in the same line, I want to draw your attention to some small facts. First of all, more than money, more than politics, more than management gimmicks, ideas are the secret power that the society transforms. It is ideas. Ideas are very powerful. And not only that, we find that certain ideas are behind every big movement. Behind this Ramakrishna movement too, there are some ideas. And those ideas have been appreciated by society because those ideas are capable of meeting the challenges of the day and is also capable of fulfilling the aspirations of the people. So these ideas, as has been explained by Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna or much more by Swami Vivekananda, those basic ideas are vital. And we know that books, pamphlets, and also different kind of printed literature, they are the traditional and powerful means, vehicles of expressing ideas, spreading and propagating those ideas. And in this respect, we find that this particular house, publishing house, has done something wonderful, particularly in the last 3 decades. Now, as you all know, so far the readers are concerned, reading is to the mind what exercise, physical exercise is to the body. Now, when we read some book, there are books of various kinds and books with noble thoughts. They have a special appeal and also some special characteristics. For such a book, I would like to recollect one beautiful statement made by Carlyle, He said, the best effort of any book is that it excites the reader to self-activity. This is something important. When we can find that those ideas behind those ideas which have been taken into consideration in those publications, when those ideas percolate into the psyche of the reader, and through reading, through thinking and contemplating, they go deeper into the being, and we find that when gradually the ground is prepared, we find that those ideas germinate into some kind of activities which not only helps to develop the personality but which brings good to the society at large. In this respect too, this Ramakrishna Vivekananda literature has already achieved something very unique. As you all know, that Swami Vivekananda visited the city of Chennai twice, once in 1892 and next in 1897. In 1897, during his stay of 9 days, he created a sensation, and the people observed those days as Navaratri. This was so sacred and so very impressive that people can't forget it. Now, when Swami Vivekananda returned to Calcutta, he sent one of his brother disciples, Swami Ramakrishna, to take up the work here. When he came here, there was mixed reaction. Many people expected that there will be another person like Vivekananda. They did not find that, he was as dynamic as Swami Vivekananda was. But on the other hand, when they came in contact with the Swami for years together, they found, he is a wonderful organizer. So much so, afterwards it has been said that the entire south is shining with the glory of Swami Ramakrishna. And it is very correct. As we all know, he had to struggle very hard in the beginning. Now, even his life and the activity he continued in Ice House for 8 years. That is also something to be seen, something wonderful, I should say. Thereafter, it was shifted to this particular site, and a house was built by a board of trustees. That board of trustees was formed, with the surplus money that was available after the expenditure meted out for Swami Vivekananda's visit. At that time there was a big collection and there was some surplus. And again when Swami Vivekananda passed away, again money was collected and there was a surplus. These two amounts were put together and a trust was formed, and there were 3 trustees, And we know that during the lifetime of Swami Ramakrishna ji, it was not, this land did not belong to Ramakrishna Math or Ramakrishna Mission. It belonged to the board of trustees, and the board of trustees allowed the Swami to make use of this plot of land free of charges. However, when Swami Sarvananda came over here and took charge, he got the possession of this particular land. On the other hand, let us remember one very interesting development in the history of the Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission. As you all know, in 1901, the trust deed was executed by Swami Vivekananda, and that is the legal instrument for the Ramakrishna Math. And thereafter, in 1909, the Ramakrishna Mission was registered under Societies Act, and that is the legal instrument for the mission centers. Till this mission was registered in 1909, all the centers, whether it was in India or outside India, they were considered as mission centers except the Belur Math, which was the only math. Then, in the month of September 1910, a trustees meeting was held at Puri with Swami Prabhananda ji in the chair, and in that meeting, the trustees took a decision. Henceforth, these centers, they prepared two lists. These centers will be considered as centers belonging to the Ramakrishna Math. On the other hand, another list was prepared which were placed under the Ramakrishna mission. And you will find that even in the first publications, which we are actually remembering today, you will find that that particular book was published with the Ramakrishna mission of Madras. So it is something interesting. So this Ramakrishna Math, it has played a very important role in different aspects. Particularly, as I told you, in the last 3 decades, its achievement in the field of publication is also very unique. And as I have mentioned that it was only this particular center where the publication in 3 languages was taken out. And not only that, in English languages, for example, there were as many as 340 titles in these 100 years. And the total sale of English literature during the period 2007 to 8 is more than 71 lakhs. As against this, we find that in respect of Telugu language, the first book was published in 1937, and from that time till the other day, 212 titles are published. And also the monthly magazine, Sri Ramakrishna Prabha, it was started in 1944 and it has subscribers more than 24,000. And you have definitely known already, I don't know if they mentioned in the Tamil speeches, that the Tamil magazine, Sri Ramakrishna Vijayam, has created a history, I should say. No religious magazine in any language has so many subscribers. It is more than 1,75,000. I congratulate the President Swami of the center and the editor of the center of this magazine. And so in respect of 3 languages, the achievement of this particular publishing house is something unique. Now, as a whole, during this period of about 100 years, there have been so many books published from different parts of the world in different centers. Not only that, we have at the present moment 24 monthly or bi-monthly magazines in different languages. So it shows that, there is a great demand for this kind of literature, because as I told that in this kind of literature, people today, when they are facing so many serious problems, they find there is some material which is likely to give them some direction and also in their own language, peace of mind as such. Now, even today, when we are distributing all these gifts to the different friends and admirers and workers here, we have published a beautiful card there with pictures and quoting 2 beautiful quotes from Rajaji, one from Rajaji and another from Subhash Chandra Bose. Not only they, from all over India, we find people who have studied this literature, everyone has admired. So there is something which has been appreciated by all people. And outside India too, it is becoming more and more popular. That is something very interesting, I tell you one very interesting and apparently funny thing, Look, once I encountered this particular problem, Sri Ramakrishna used to tell and you find in the gospel, in so many places, his idea. He used to say, is preaching such a trifling affair? You cannot preach unless God reveals himself to you and give you the command to preach. So many people had hesitation whether the Swamis should preach, Well, Swami Vivekananda, as has been explained by Swami Adbhutanandaji, in one place, he did lot of austerities, and finally he had received the command from God himself, and that's why he was authorized to preach. That's why people listen to him, and there is such a great impact of his words on the people. What's about other Swamis? So the question is whether, the persons who are after spiritual development, who are for spiritual enlightenment, whether they should get involved. On the other hand, the person who actually questioned me, he pointed out, look, Swamiji in the More Truths has said, propagation of ideas keeps the vitality of the order strong. Hence, you should never cease from preaching work. All the time, in all possible ways, you must do the preaching work. Is there any kind of a contradiction? I myself don't think so. That is a very interesting thing, Many of you remember when Swami Akhandanandaji started relief work in Murshidabad, he had to face many problems. One of the problems was this: the leader, Swami Brahmananda, the president of the Calcutta Committee of the Ramakrishna Mission Association, he repeatedly requested the Swami through letters that please send your report, we want to publish it in the newspapers so that people will know and they will be able to contribute if they so wish. Now, Swami Akhandananda had a serious problem. He prayed and prayed to Sri Thakur, and one day he had a revelation. And he's in his own words, Thakur appeared before him and said, well, you just make up your mind. Whom do you want? Do you want me or the publicity? As it is a big problem for him. So he refused. And after a long persuasion, he agreed, he understood. The idea, is apparently a little difficult one, but we who are asked to serve the cause, we have to learn that, our individual ego has to be controlled, has to be somehow not only controlled, has to be sublimated. If we can dedicate ourselves entirely to the cause of the Master, to the cause of the Holy Trio, or to the cause of the organization, which is, however, the physical body of Sri Ramakrishna, then there is no problem. If we can dedicate ourselves, then we shall be able to get our individual ego almost dissolved. And if we can proceed in this way, if we keep this attitude in front of us always, then we are sure that we shall not be able to have that kind of questions any further. We shall be able to proceed. And you will find that there is no difference between what Sri Ramakrishna said and what Swamiji had said. Already we are running late, so I should not take any further time. But I would like to say that, please see that we make a good use of the literature that has already been produced. I myself don't consider that what are being produced very excellent in all respects. There are sometimes mistakes, both factual error and also other kinds of error. They need to be rectified. Now, sometimes I feel when things are translated from one language to another language, many of us don't know what is actually happening, So, it is high time that, we also should pay a little more attention to improve further the quality of our literature. And I am sure that if we can do this, we can definitely improve not only the quality, we shall be able to do our part of the duty more efficiently. And as Swamiji expected, we shall be able to propagate the ideas in correct perspective and also in correct form. With these few words, I thank you heartily for giving me a patient hearing, and I heartily thank Swami Gautamananda ji for inviting me to participate in this occasion. Thank you.